KIRT, right?
KIRT, yeah. I got some more shit coming too, but I'm gonna just keep that inside.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, until I'm ready.
So, what's KIRT about?
Man, what's KIRT about?
Is it like yeah, tell me about KIRT.
To me, bro, KIRT is just an artist battling with the ideal of consumerism.
Oh, okay.
Like, once you know that you have to create art for other people, what does that do to your mind state, and what does that do to your art?
Yeah, are you gonna like change? Like, does it make you change
it? Yeah. Do you? And is that what an artist is too, though?
Yeah,
like, you really gotta understand. You really gotta contemplate in yourself. Like, why do you make art? Was you always given this gift to share it, or was it something for you? And if it is your duty, like your God-given right to share your art, does that mean that when what comes with the times, you're supposed to change with the times too?
Yeah. You know? Okay.
Just asking. It's me asking that question. And plus, I dropped KIRT before. Oh. And it did really well. It was doing really well, but I took it off because there was more I wanted to do with it. But people kept asking me for, like, man, when KIRT gonna drop? When KIRT gonna drop? So even in that, it's still me dealing with consumerism. You know, like, people really want it, so I'm giving them what they want. Yeah.
So did you have to change anything when you took it back out to make it appeal to the consumer more, or did you make it appeal to yourself more?
Yeah, I just made it appear to myself more. Yeah, made sure that it was mixed and mastered the way that I wanted it to. Yeah, more technical shit.
Yeah, okay. So you be producing all your stuff, like all the beats and everything?
But when it comes to engineering, I always want to have my hand in that.
Yeah, that's important.
For real.
Oh man, so why on Friday the 13th? Why? What made you want to take it out in the first place?
Because I wanted to make sure that the rollout was something I wanted. I wanted to be proud of my rollout. I want to actually know that I put forth effort in it. Because when I dropped it last time, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put the song out. Yeah. But I really did enjoy it. But I feel like I didn't give it enough, you know.
Like you said,
push.
The rollout.
Yeah, because I really didn't care. I just did. I'm like, yeah, I'm an artist. I make art for myself. But then when it came time to, when I thought about it, like, damn, this is gonna be a representation of me wherever I go. How do I want to be perceived? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm cool with what it is, but I would make sure I'm packaging it. Make sure I'm giving it to them, to everybody, where they have a chance to listen to it.
Okay.
At its best potential.
So how do you find that balance?
Man.
Between, you know, say you vibing with, you know, whatever you making, but you put it out, it doesn't do too well. How do you find that balance of?
It depends on what you constitute as doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it depends on what angle you're looking from, because I could look at shit I put out that I'm proud of, but then look at something fucking Kendrick put out of and say, damn, my shit didn't do like Kendrick's did, so I'm losing. So it's really just in being insecure with yourself.
It sounds like you're your hardest critic.
Yeah, 100%. I feel that way too. Yeah, but to be honest, I love everything I do. Yeah. That's probably my biggest problem, because I never feel like I can do any wrong. So I really got to be conscious of the fact that other people are going to be listening to this. Sometimes I am too conscious of that.
You think that's a problem, being too, like, aware or too conscious? Because you may be over here like, oh man, you may be overthinking stuff, but in reality, you know, it's just fine how it is.
When there's no balance, then 100% that's wrong. But the fact that I could, you know, I found the balance in it is what made it not wrong. I was talking to Solo about this the other day. Like, it's only negative until you put it in that realm and think of it as negative.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you got a positive mind frame going into it, coming out, it's gonna be, you know, just as good, right?
And even at the beginning, I never had negative reviews for KIRT. Like, KIRT was always people's favorite song. Like, it went places that I never thought that I'd hear that song before.
So what makes you want to put out on Friday the 13th? Is that like a special day? Or?
I like the number 13. Number 13 is something that, like, really appeals to me. Like,
I thought you was Unique 16.
Yeah, I like numbers in general. Numbers is my thing. I feel like that's my direct line to communicate with God. But I was in Vegas one time, and I realized that every hotel I went to did not have a 13th floor. And I just thought to myself, like, man, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that nobody has really touched on this. Yeah. Like, because that's some kind of, it's an odd concept that nobody really has dove into. Yeah. Like, and the reason why they don't have 13 floors is because people are so superstitious about the number 13. 13.
So would you say you're a superstitious person?
Nah.
Or is spirituality, would you say you're more spiritual than, what's the word?
Religious?
Religious, or not even religious, like, say you can be spiritual, but would you believe in luck?
Yeah.
Because that's like a superstition thing too, like having 13, you know, doing it on that day. And you were talking about numbers relating to God.
Yeah, it's just something that I always did, man. Since the beginning of my life, once I was conscious of it, I always did everything in 6s and 7s. Like that was just something that I did. Like, and it's weird to talk about out loud, but I always thought, like, man, I know 7 is God's number, and 6 is the number for, I guess, imperfection. They say, which might be Satan's number.
Yeah.
But I always thought, what if
So
the
close.
world is really against God and they switched them? So I would always do everything in 6s and 7s. And
So like Tech 9, didn't he do it all 6s and 7s?
oh yeah, but and I just kept doing stuff like that. And the reason why I got 16 is because, well, if 7 is perfection and 6 is imperfection, putting that 1 next to it, and 1 plus 6 means it's kind of like showing that I'm on my way towards imperfection. I know that I'm not perfect, but I know that I can always work on it.
Oh yeah.
And plus, my mama's birthday was on the 16th. My first girlfriend, I was in a relationship for 6 years. Our anniversary was August the 16th. Like, it was just so many things about the number 16. And Joey Origami, he made a song called 16 Candles. And before he made that song, I really didn't feel like I could be myself in music. But that song was so like unique that I'm like, it opened up my mind to like, yo, I can make, you know, music that I like, you know what I'm saying, that I really love. It ain't just gotta be like, cause I grew up in the 30s, so all I listened to was Kiwi, Ron, shit like that. And then I realized that, man, I can really be creative. Like, this is
have your own style, you know.
On God, and that's what 16 Candles did for me. It really changed my ideal of art.
So who would say some of the artists that influence you? I mean, even around the city, like you were saying, you was growing up listening to Kiwi,
Like Kiwi,
you know?
Ron, Joy Origami, Cuddy Bear. That would really be from the city. Like Delio did. Delio had some hard shit back in the day. I ain't really tapped into this new shit, but I remember back in the day, I really used to fuck with Low Key, ducked in a hard top like a turtle. Don't nobody wanna race me though. Like, I used to really fuck with that motherfucker. But yeah, that, and then it went on a more mainstream level. I said Kendrick, released J. Cole, Drake. Like, them was a top 3 that really made me feel like I could really do this, do music.
When did you start making music?
Man, I started making music, bro, I couldn't even tell you the year, probably like 2012, 2011. I fuck around and I went to this, I was doing this work for this nonprofit called Front Porch Alliance, and they would have us do gardening, and we in the summer just blazing heat. But I really fuck with like nonprofit. I was like, I had to be like 14, 15. And they would take us to these thingies, and we would always have to sell tickets, and I would always sell the most tickets every time. And they wanted to reimburse me. They knew I like music. They said, hey, how would you feel if we got a studio up here and we put you in charge of it? We give you classes to learn how to engineer and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm down with it. So then I started working at the studio, and they put this program where I directed an urban opera for you know, you ever heard of Cinco?
You said Cinco? Cinco.
Yeah, he make beats. He a DJ.
Like Ocho Cinco? No, I don't know no Cinco.
Now he from here. What about Calais 246? You ever see that name?
I think I might have heard Cinco, maybe.
Yeah, Cinco. He do First Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Cali 246. He makes some cold ass music. They was all in it. Like, we all made this urban opera, and ever since then I've just been doing music. Like, was in the studio.
Urban opera. What does that sound like?
Man, it's hip hop, but it tells like kind of like Trapped in the Closet by R. Kelly. Yeah, it was about a boy named Trouble and his life, him going to parties and him doing like just nigga shit.
Was that any reflection to what you've been through? That urban.
Oh yeah, I feel like everything I put out is just me. You know, like that's where everything come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to make it as much as inclusive as possible.
Okay, I gotta check that. Where can we find that?
Man, I can't even find it.
Oh,
but we made CDs.
It's out there though.
I bet Calais Mama still got it, bro. That's one person I always knew had them.
Oh, that's what's up. So, okay, we gotta find them CDs.
Yeah, we performed them and everything. Like, but man, so even in that sense, I was making music. I was like, fuck it. You know, I want to be better at writing music. So I auditioned to go to Brazil. Yeah, and I failed my first audition.
Oh, damn.
My second one, I passed it. And I was always in this place like, man, what rap? Because my teacher didn't like the fact that I rapped and never wanted to write poetry. He like, man, you like, and I'm arguing with him like, bro, rap is poetry. Like, it's just what it be like. But nah, then somewhere I got really into fucking poetry because of this dude named Saul Williams. He a real cold poet. And ever since then, I was just hitting. I was touring, doing poetry. Like, my first shows with Caroline Kennedy, like John F. Kennedy's daughter. Like, my first show was for her. She had me come out and at her book signing.
Oh, that's tight.
Right, so it was just like destiny. I had been doing that for a while, and then come like 2014, 2015, I'm back in the city from doing all my touring and stuff. And Solo like, bro, you need to make music. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, I don't really know. My heart not in there already. But I was like in it, whatever, fuck it, you know. Yeah. I did it.
I mean, your heart was in the poetry though.
Yeah, my heart was in poetry, hella. But at the same time, I'm not really into like society, man. Like capitalism, I just hate that shit.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
Right, and I hate fucking thinking that I gotta make music to
make money and shit.
Yeah, I hate that. That shit just pisses me off. Like, me and my manager is having a debate right now. Like, I want to do my album release party for free. He like, nah, man, we should charge it. And I'm like, I just want to be able to like kick it with people. But I get this politics to it, and it is like,
I mean, especially if you want to do it full. I mean, you was doing it full time. I mean, you are doing it, but to make like, I guess, income, living or whatever. But you know, you don't even. I mean, we can all live off the bare necessities, you know what I mean? Shit, you can go without food for what, how many days? I don't even know, but you know, just drink a little bit of water.
Man, but I know I need to be caring about, you know, shit like that. So
how do you well, so tell me about that conversation with your manager. So you were saying that, do you have that conversation often about how, say you got a project out, right? You know what I mean? You know, other people selling merch, they doing this, they doing that, but say your manager's like, nah, man, how does he react to that if you don't want to like make money off of it?
He know that I'm pure love, man. He always he know me, so he know that it's always out of love. Like, he know that I just want to like spread my love. So he don't never really, his name Billy, he don't never really press me so hard. But
that's good.
He know though, he know that I know he get my best interest at heart too.
Oh, so you've been knowing him for a while, huh?
Yeah, I've actually been knowing Billy. He went to Brazil too. He was a creative writing major too. He graduated the year before me. But like, me and him have these arguments because for some reason in my head, I think that he's like peak capitalism, and he know how I feel about capitalism. So every time we just talk about shit, I be like, bro, that's the capitalism in you, bro. Like, they got you, man.
Yeah.
But really, KIRT is about that. Like, if you look back at Kurt Cobain's life, what really killed him was a couple things. Was I think generally capitalism and Courtney Love. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how he felt about that. Like, it's this quote I said: "The man who accepts Western values surely finds his creative faculty so stunted and warped that he really don't know himself."
Because of all the Western.
Values.
I mean, this whole Western hemisphere was built off of capitalism. You know what I mean? It's awful how this country was built. But you know, I mean, the poets and, you know, on the eastern side, you know, I'm not saying, I don't know if they sell their music. You know what I mean? Everybody, but I don't know how it works when it comes to like communism. I mean, there's got to be a balance between like capitalism, socialism, you know, all of that shit. Or we might not even need government. You know what I mean? That's not even like a big deal. But
that's a hell of philosophical debate that people are having to this day right now. And I met this dude from Norway, and you know, they more socialist. And he was telling me that the worst thing about it is that people don't really have drive to create art. He said that now that everybody basically get it, like the government is helping them and they living comfortably, nobody really got passionate about art. And that the question is, are you willing to sacrifice that? Like, even in myself, like, am I willing to sacrifice my art for a life that's good? You know, that's
especially your time too. Like, if you're gonna make art over there, I mean, like you said, it was more socialist. They're not even worried about money. It sounds like they live in, you know, whatever the government's doing to take care of them. So would you say a lot more artists on the western side of the world depend on art more to make a living instead of working like the regular 9 to 5 and stuff?
I mean, yeah, when you black, either you like a worker bee, or you gotta be an artist, or like a football player or a basketball player. Like that's how we've been conditioned. So I can agree with that 100%. But man, once you hear KIRT, this conversation gonna make so much more sense, because it really is this conversation. It's me having this exact conversation. Like, it's me thinking to myself, like, damn, what does the world want me to be? When people look at me, what do they think? Like, what and I even ask myself the question, like, bro, what kind of God would be proud of this world? Right? Like, and it would have to be a fucked up one. Just in general, like, if a God to be sitting up there with a collective of other gods and brag about our world, it would have to be a fucked up one. And I realized, and a part of me, like, damn, the evil always inherit the earth. So if you want to be a savior of the world, you have to be able to relate. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that evil
too. You have to look that evil right inside, be like, hey, you know, I've been there, done that.
Yeah. So that's when I realized that, damn, I do have to wear more of myself on the sleeve. And in the sense, we come up in the era of SoundCloud rappers, and they all talk about getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking bitches getting money. You know what I mean?
So I'm saying, so in KIRT, what I'm saying is, if that's what y'all want, I could give y'all that. That's still who I am. But here, I'm gonna push a little light behind that too. Like, I'm gonna try to sneak that message in there to let people know that,
consciousness.
Right. That I still care about the world. Like, generally, that's all my passion is about. Like, I grew up really studying martyrs. Like, Malcolm X is like one of my favorite persons in the world.
Malik El Shabazz?
For real. That's elite Malcolm X.
That's elite. Oh, so
elite. Yeah. Like, you know, Malcolm X had different stages. He had Detroit Red, then he had Malcolm X, then he had the one that you
what's it called? Nation of Islam Malcolm X?
Nah, Malcolm X Nation of Islam was Malcolm X. But once he transcended that, so what happened with Malcolm X is he was like, man, white people was the problem. Fuck white people. That's Malcolm X. But he went over to Mecca, and when he was having this problem with the Nation of Islam, he went over to the Mecca and realized that, damn, he said, I realized that I had white brothers, I had like Asian brothers, whatever. Like, it wasn't even about that. He said the real problem in America was the white man mentality, and black men can have that mentality too.
I mean, everybody's mentality is, you know, preconditioned to a point. Shit, we just like our parents to a point. If you know, if you know them, shit.
I think that's what got Malcolm X killed, was him saying that it wasn't about black and white. It's more about the system, which we've been talking about the whole time. It's that white man system that has been
in control for ever since this country started. Shit.
And it's only on the side who benefits from it.
Man.
Not just so in history, white people have benefited from more. But now that we coming up, we gonna start seeing more black people benefit from that same exact system. And then we gonna at some point realize that it wasn't just about race. It's still there's still some aspects about it. Yeah, but most of it is classism.
System. Classism, fascism too. Even when this motherfucker got elected, what the fuck? Can't believe it. But
and that's all circumstances around capitalism to me though. Like, that's what really drives me fucking insane. Like, oh my god, niggas is just greedy.
Man, they don't.
And then competition.
Man,
some super masculine shit in a way.
Oh my goodness, dudes will beat their chest over anything.
Man. But when it straight comes for providing for their families, they gonna really beat their chest over that shit.
Families and their money. I mean, shit.
But KIRT is a side A and a side B. So I'm dropping 4 songs, and then I'm gonna drop a side B with 5 songs on it.
That's what's up. You got any features on it?
And I got Solo on there. I got
Solomon.
Yeah, I got Buzz. I got Westside on there. And I think I got Connor on there too. He played the guitar. That's him right down, right there.
Wait, oh, he's talking about this song. I was about to say, I don't see no.
I don't think I'm missing somebody. And I got S.A. the Hellboy on there too.
Shout out to NA, man.
Man, for real, they're my little brothers. Yeah, like the one that I started, the program that I started, I was telling you about when I was doing the gardening. That's what created NA. They went to it.
Is it still going around? Like, you know how they say they got you a studio and stuff? Is that like still a thing?
Nah, man, they put it up. Some more people bought the program and shit. So they ain't really been using it, but I have been hitting them up constantly, like, yo, whenever y'all do, decide to hit it up, I want to be a part of it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but that's how NA started, man. I got them into the organization, and they created an alternatives back then. And it grew into this thing. They all my little brothers. Like, I've been knowing all of them. S.A. the Hellboy is really my little brother. Like, I grew up with him. Like, we lived in the same house, shared the same rooms, and they was his friends.
That's what's up.
We met Trey we met Westside on the bus stop on our way to school. Like, hella shit happened organically.
That's what's up. That's the only way it could happen too, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise it's gonna be like looking kind of staged, you know what I mean? Like,
oh God. And even though Solo was Jamal's friend, I met Solo on the recruitment tour for Purcell, and he ended up being one of my, I ended up teaching him poetry. Like when Solo started doing poetry, I got him on my team, and we went to like DC, Atlanta, and doing competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. You been all around, huh?
Oh yeah, man, we really been, poetry really took some of us far. I taught Westside poetry too, taught S.A. Hub Boy, taught Apollo.
Who's some of your favorite poets?
Saul Williams is definitely
Saul
my
Williams, you did mention
favorite
him.
poem. Yeah, a poet. It's a poet named Hanif. My mentor, Dinesh Myth, he hella cold. That's really my top 3 right there. Queen Goddess is hard too. Like I could keep naming them.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that I'm being diligent.
Oh yeah. Of course, bro. But yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I don't know how long this motherfucker gonna. I got like 20 something minutes, and we barely. And this motherfucker about to die too. So, but we got a good little, you know.
Yeah, that motherfucker's hard.
But that's what's up, bro. Poetry is amazing. I need to read some more poetry.
Man, I'm gonna drop a poetry tape.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You gonna drop a poetry book?
I already got a book out.
You got a book out?
Yeah, I already got a
everybody
book.
type in with his book, man.
They sold out the first day they came out. I haven't seen that book.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, man, cause I had a deal.
You gotta do.
Yeah, I had a
that's
deal.
What's up.
Yeah, so the publishers and shit, I had to sell them.
Oh, that's still tight though, you know.
But yeah, after that, I just ain't seen that book. So, it's crazy because somebody just hit me up about that book the other day. Somebody who had one.
What's the name of it?
It's called Monkey in the Grass.
Monkey in the Grass.
Yeah, it's like evolution. You know, we all came from monkeys.
Yeah, we all came from monkey. You know,
my grandpa had died that year, and he always sing this song called "There's a monkey in the grass with a bullet up his ass. Take it out, take it out." And when he died, all that shit just came together.
Okay.
You heard of Lucy before, right?
Who?
Lucy.
Lucy. Who you talking about, Lucy?
Lucy is like the first, like I guess, chimp that fell out of the tree.
Oh no!
She was the first person to stand up.
I'm sleep. I'm very sleep.
Right.
When it comes to evolution, but I mean, there's a lot that. So Lucy was the first chimp that fell out, that came down of the tree
and was like,
and started walking around.
She's chose to stand upright.
They,
monkeys first. She's the first one that was like, if I stand upright, I can see over the grass, and that way I can see predators coming. And that's really started humanity.
Damn.
That's where we came from.
And that's crazy.
And that's what kind of that book represents to me. Me standing up and realizing like, yo, I am.
So what's your favorite part of, what's your favorite period in history, would you say, to like, it seems like, you talking about monkeys in the grass, I ain't even know about all that, so what is like a certain point in history that you would say everybody should know about?
Man, my greatest gift, bro, is to always be in the now, because I don't think people know about that. Yeah.
Okay.
So if more people really just can tap into where they are at this very moment and just look around and see where the world is. I don't think a lot of people is. Like I think we live in a microwave age where things come and go so fast.
So fast.
So
my
fast.
goodness.
Even conversations, if you talk conversations with, you see somebody like, oh, what's up, bro? How you been? Good.
Oh, yeah, good. All right, shit,
Peace.
cool, bet. All right, yeah.
That's